So it was my junior year of high school. It was my basketball game, and we were all standing up for the national anthem like anyone else. And I just so happened to glance behind me and see that one of my best friends and teammate was singing the national anthem. Now, I know like Colin Kaepernick, like, the protests that were going on by other athletes, but to me it was just like confusing because I didn't know why he was doing it. And later on I found out that his cousin had a bad incident at the wall, so his whole family actually sits during the national anthem now. So after his action by Colin Kaepernick's actions and many other actions by athletes, they don't believe what's going on in the world is right. They don't like how people are being treated, especially by police, and they want to change. So this is their way of protesting during the national anthem. Now I chose this topic with my encounter with Jalen, just trying to figure other things out, and then I wanted to know other views on why people do stand, and why you should stand and why you shouldn't stand, other people's views on that. And of course, I actually want to know a little more about Colin Kaepernick. So today we'll talk about views on why people are doing it, why they think you should, why you shouldn't stand, and of course, Colin Kaepernick. So that's what we're going to start with. He's a San Francisco 49er quarterback. He took a knee during one of the games. He wasn't dressed or expected to play because I'm pretty sure it was a preseason game. So no one really took notice of it at first. But on August 26, 2016, during a game, he was dressed to play, but he took a knee, and then a tweet went viral, and everyone saw it. And I found this on the NFL media, and they interviewed him, and he talks on his refusal because of police brutality. He said what's going on the road isn't right, and he talks on his opinions of black people and people of color. Now, why people support these kind of protests? They say it's just the main reason is because of police violence. They, in a poll by CNN, 43% agree with these protests. And most of the black respondents were to say that most of these protests are appropriate, respectful, and that they approve of them. Now, why people don't, most people would bring up patriotism, and that they would say the act of sitting or kneeling during the national anthem is unpatriotic. They think it's disrespectful to their country. And then by a guy named Boise Travis, there's an article about social media and Colin Kaepernick. He talks about how he just thinks it's disrespectful to the armed forces, military, country, all that. But then in another, there's a bunch of polls on people, and by CBS, it's by like Catherine Cassette, I want to say her name is, and 72% of the black respondents were to agree with these protests, but then there was 65% of white respondents that did not approve of this. But then the biggest stat of them all was that 72% of all the respondents believe that there's a problem with the police violence right now. So they think that's the main reason, and they think there's a problem that needs to be fixed. So with this today, we found out why people do support this, who mainly supports it, why don't they support this, and who doesn't really support it, and then we learned about Colin Kaepernick. And I just hope now you guys really understand why people are protesting and why there's a big issue on it. Thank you. Is there a better way to protest than sitting during the national anthem?
Back in like the Olympics, back in the old days, I saw people just like raising their fist in the air. So something like that rather than taking a knee.
Right. Why do you think an athlete would participate in these protests?
Because they have like the spotlight, so what they say or what they would be fighting for would be heard versus just if like a high school kid takes it and no one's gonna.
They know a lot of people are gonna see it, and they know people will take it after them. Do you guys think these protests show respect or disrespect to our armed forces, like police, military?
I think that they show disrespect because during the national anthem, you see people in it's like military usually stand up and
Right.
take the cap off and all that stuff.
Exactly.
I see like politicians committing rape and fraud and all that stuff, and I feel like that's just as much disrespect as taking it.
Yeah.
This is a lot more subtle than.
Exactly. Now, does it show respect or disrespect to our country overall?
Disrespect.
Disrespect. Would you sit during the national anthem?
Nope.
Yeah. Alright, that's it.